welcome back to Rebecca's Travels. Today we're going to be talking about a camping special, so let's get right into it. Now, again, there's lots of campsites around the UK and Europe and other places, such as America, for instance. Again, it really depends weather-wise and what season you're going in, whether it's the summer or the winter, and whether it's the northern hemisphere, which is north of the equator, or the southern hemisphere, which is below the equator, like places like Australia. It's in the southern hemisphere. Places such as the UK is in the northern hemisphere, but again, it depends really on the season. And when the northern hemispheres having their summer, the southern hemispheres having their winter, and it works vice versa. That's how it works basically. But again, to check on the type of weather, where click onto Google, and you can Google the weather online, and it'll tell you. It'll also give you approximate temperatures, maybe in camping brochures as well. But again, if you have a look online, and it'll give you a rough temperature, what it's going to be like weather-wise. Again, in the UK, if you're going camping in the summer time, it's likely, not always the case, is going to be a lot warmer than going camping, say, in October, November, say March, for instance, out of season. Again, there's camping equipment that you can get from the likes of Argos and some other stores, such as Mountain Warehouse. They will do camping stuff as well, and outdoor wear, such as, say, thermal socks, coats, Max. Again, those are handy things to take just in case it does rain. Again, it really depends on the campsite, as what the campsites have. In the south of France, you can get like 3, 4 and 5-star campsites, and obviously the greater the star is, the more facilities you have. Like some campsites, particularly in the south of France, have like kids clubs and entertainment in the daytime and at night time, with swimming pools, basically all the things that you would basically get in a hotel, but or the majority of outdoor activities what you get in a hotel. Again, some campsites in the UK also have swimming pools as well, but again, it really depends on the campsites. Again, the majority of campsites have toilets, outdoor toilets. As for pets, you were better to contact the campsite or read up on the campsite's description as to what the exact facilities are, but because again every campsite's different, and obviously the weather is going to be different depending on what time of year you're going to go. Again, some campsites are near the beach, and some campsites are further away in the field. You can also, like say at festivals, music festivals, a lot of people camp out at festivals such as Download, which is at Castle Donington, or Reading Festival, and in the UK also Glastonbury Festival and Reading Festival. Again, there's lots of different festivals in the UK again that caters towards camping, but yes, again, it really depends on the campsite as to what it has going for it. So if again you Google it and a place and find the nearest campsite to the place where you want to go to, then basically it should tell you, and then obviously you can either book with a campsite, and you can book over the phone or on the internet. You may also be able to book by the travel agents as well. Depending on whether they specialise in camping holidays, but yes, again, obviously if you're camping, then basically you'll need a tent, a rucksack, and basically clothes to last you for however long you're going camping for, whether it's just a weekend, whether it's a week, 2 weeks. Again, it depends how long you're going camping for. Again, for places nearby, if you Google the campsite, then it'll tell you on Google or what places are nearby, whether a beach is nearby, where the nearest town or village is, etc. And what it has in it, whether it has a convenience store, supermarkets. But a good idea, if you are camping, is to take food with you before you go on holiday. That way you can save time and money as well. unless your campsite, say, is near a fast food restaurant, or restaurant in general, or bar or cafe. It again really depends, but you can obviously save money if you bring as much food as you can before you go. Again, getting to campsites, you can get to them by say coach, train, car. As again, it really depends on the length of journey, really, or whether if you're changing over by trains or coaches, as to what time you get there. Again, it depends how busy places on the road. If you're going at high season, then you can expect long traffic jams on the road. That's if you go by car or coach. Again, trains again could be busy at high season as well. A train will probably get you to your destination faster. Again, if they're not striking or are running, basically. But again, with all your say suitcases and like, well, basically backpacks you have when camping, again it's limited what you can take, or what you can carry on a train, basically. Again, it can be limited as well by coach if you're travelling by coach, as to what you can take. Obviously, it depends on your size of car. If you're going by car, you could go for private or hire coach. That's another way if there's a lot of you going on a camping trip. And normally they do group discounts. If there's a lot of you, say 20 plus, for instance. Again, there's all different types of tents. There's small tents for one person, and again you can get larger tents equipped for more people, like 6 or 8 people in a tent as well. But again, what I would recommend before you book is basically to find out on Google where your campsite is going to be near, and basically what facilities it has in it, and again it'll give you basically an inkling really what it's going to be like before you decide to book. Obviously if you're going say in the summer season, then it is going to be more expensive than going out of season, but the summer season you're more likely to get the weather. I'm not saying definitely, because again, different places, it really depends on where you're going to, whether it's going to be hot or warm, or whether you're going to have rain but in the summer. But it just depends. Again, you can Google it 7 days beforehand and it'll give you an idea what you'll likely need to be taking. If you are doing a lot of walking, which is associated with camping, it's a good idea to take walking boots, as well, especially if you're climbing up a mountain and say you're camping outside Mount Snowdon or Ben Nevis, for instance. Then again, it's a good idea to take walking boots and basically strong socks as well, such as thermal socks. And it really depends on the clothes, on the type of weather it's going to be like. But again, another good idea would be to take trainers as well. Also, flip-flops they are ideal if you're, say, near to a beach and have a camping resort that has pool, etc. In it. But again, if you do your research on what your campsite has in it before you go, then again you'll have a good idea of what to take with you anyway. Well, thank you for now. Please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next travel video, which is going to be tomorrow, and I'm going to be talking about glamping. So please keep watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next travel video, which is going to be tomorrow. Thank you. Bye for now.